Hello everyone and welcome back to another holiday card series video. Today I'm going to be making a shaker card using the Christmas Critter set from Mint Owl Studio. So I have a piece of white cardstock and I'm going to stamp two trees on it. This is going to be the background for my shaker part. So I'll stamp one more tree. And then I'm also going to stamp one of the critters on a piece of Coordination's 110-pound cardstock. For this particular card, I decided to use the giraffe, but any of the images would be fine for this card. And then I'm going to go ahead and color these in with my Copic markers. So I'm going to keep the tree pretty simple. I'm just coloring it in with the YG61, and I'll do both of them the exact same way. And then I'm adding little bits of shading by flicking my brush with the YG63. And you can find the link to these stamps down below if you're interested in purchasing any of them. And then I'm going to do a little bit darker color with the YG67. And then I'll go back in and blend those colors out with the YG61. And then for the tree trunk, I'm using the E37. So next I'm going to color in my giraffe. I'm going to color it in starting with the Y13. I'm just going to do the entire giraffe with this yellow color. And then for the spots, I'm using the E37. And then I'll color in the little nose with the E31. And then the hat with the R29. And then I went ahead and fussy cut the giraffe image out. So I have both of my pieces here. It's time to create my shaker part. So for the front, I'm using the stitched circle die from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm going to cut this out of a piece of white cardstock. So I'm just lining it up, trying to make sure that it's even on both sides. And then I'll tape it into place with some washi tape and then run that through my Cuttlebug. So I am going to turn it over and then take a piece of acetate and tape that to my stitch circle piece of cardstock. You can also use some packaging if you have that from any craft items, but you can purchase acetate from your craft store as well. So once I get that tape down, I'm going to stamp my sentiment first because otherwise I won't be able to stamp it after once I add the foam squares and everything. So I chose the one that said Warmest Wishes, and I'm going to stamp that with my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Alright, so next I'm going to start making the shaker part. I'm taking my powder tool on the acetate and on my image just to cut down on any static electricity, because otherwise sometimes the sequins do like to stick within the shaker part. And then I'm going to take these small 3D foam squares from Best Creation and just kind of line that circle up, but I'm doing it far enough away so you won't be able to see it from the shaker window itself. And then I can go ahead and remove all of the little backings. And you can see it's not perfect by any means, but nobody's ever going to know what the foam squares look like underneath. And then I'm going to dump in my sequins. I have the Snowflake Sequin Mix from Mint Owl Studio as well. I'm just going to spread those out just to make sure that they won't get stuck, so that there's not too many like bunched up in one place. And then I'm going to take my tree image and just place that on top of my foam squares. And then that is the shaker part, so super simple. So next I get to assemble this onto my card base. I have a white A2 size card base, and I'm going to add some adhesive on the back of the popped up part with my ATG gun. And then for the part on the bottom where it's not popped up, I'm going to add some 3D foam squares. This will just make sure that it's completely even on my card base. So I can go ahead and remove the backings off from those. And then I'll just add that right onto my card base. So I'm going to add a little bit more dimension to this card, and I am going to pop the giraffe up with some more foam squares. And then I'm going to place that on the left side of my shaker part. Alright, so the last step on my card, I'm going to add some more sequins to the front. I think it just kind of helps tie in the shaker part itself with the front of the card. So I'm using the same sequins, and I'm just placing those on, and then I'll go ahead and adhere them down with my multi-medium in the matte finish. The thing about the matte finish is that it's nice when it dries because you can't see it. It's not shiny or anything like that in case some does squirt outside the edges of the sequins. You can also use glossy accents or the Tombow Mono Multi Glue for this part. Alright, and then that is my completed shaker card. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that you will create your own shaker card for some of your Christmas cards this year. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my holiday card series, and I will see you back here next time. Bye!